What's happening, y'all? That is the cup of tea. Grab a cup and let's break this one down. We are going to start, as always, with the A part, nice and slow, basic melody before we dive into any of the ornaments and all that other good stuff. If you are interested in the deep dive on this one, this is another one I've got a lot more detail on my Patreon, so please do check that out. Tabs and sheet music, if you're interested in that sort of thing, available there as well. But let's start with the A part here again, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4. Hopefully you heard that the first part of that, first section and the third section, for breaking up into 4, they're basically the same. It's that same run. So you've got that, just effectively repeated, and then you've got the 2 other sections. You've got the second section and the 4th section. So hopefully you can get that whole bit there, put it all together, nice and slow, and then we'll dive in with the B part. The B part is very D major, whereas the A part is very B minor, and it's also in the 2nd octave a fair bit here in the B part, so be aware of your hearing and that of those around you. But here we go, still nice and slow, basic melody. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Hopefully you got through all that as well. Feel free to back it up, run it again a few times, make sure you get that locked down before we jump in with the C part. And the last part is in D as well, mostly in the 1st octave. It basically just bounces around D chords, so hopefully you've been practicing your arpeggios, so this should be fairly easy. Here we go, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4. So copying and pasting some of those bits and pieces from some of the other parts. We're going to run through the whole tune all the way through, and I'll just play A, B, C, because usually you double it, but otherwise it's going to get kind of long. So we'll play all through, again, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4. How'd you do? Hopefully able to get through that reasonably well. I kind of modified a thing or two here and there. Hopefully you caught that and rolled with it. Okay. Go back and run that. Make sure you get that melody nice and locked down before we dive in with all the variations and ornaments and other such things. Rolls there. Certainly rolls work really well on that E and that minor E bit. The roll on the whistle on the E in particular, it's kind of a unique sound, and so when that comes up I like to make sure I hit it. I don't know if it's just that particular note, the softness of it, or it just kind of works. It's a really nice sound, I think. I am sliding that first one, kind of an optional, dirty, kind of cool way to start this tune. I like, since the first part is minor and the second 2 parts are major, I kind of like to call out the fact that it's minor any chance I get, so a bit of an extra slide into that really accentuates the minor-y bit, I think. and then a roll to finish the phrase. Otherwise, I'm just kind of separating those notes a bit. Not super staccato, but picking and choosing my moments, I guess, to give it a little bit of a lift. Same thing going on that phrase that kind of runs in the second octave. The only thing I'm doing, I guess, out of the ordinary is that extra earthquake ornament that I get on that A. Everything else there is just tonguing, again, giving it a little bit of separation, a little bit of a lift to that particular phrase, because, I don't know, it doesn't really need a whole lot, I don't think. Good solid roll on that B to start that phrase. Good double tap that F sharp. I'm really not doing a whole lot else there. The same sort of separation on that walk down phrase, but on the upper octave, that's one of those where I try to let the notes sing a little bit. I don't want to overload it with too much ornamentation in that second octave, just because it runs the risk of breaking the notes, but also you're getting a lot of punch out of it, and I don't want to make it super shrill. Could do a triplet there. You don't really get that awesome rhythmic-y triplet. It just doesn't fit in that spot. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Same thing there, walking down, I get that earthquake ornament. Otherwise, just a bit of separation there is really about all you need. I'll pretty much always double tap those F sharps as I bounce them. It's such a repetitive phrase. It's really just 3 notes back to back a couple of times, so I want to give it a little bit of a boost. And then a roll to finish that, but those kind of bouncy F sharps, I think, have a bit of a bird-like quality, particularly on the whistle. Got a nice little chirp to it, I think. And then the second half of that, same run there. It's really the same part as in the B part, but when I'm jumping up to that second octave, particularly because I've spent the whole first part of that in a lower octave, that bouncy bit back and forth, I really want to send some kind of message like we've broken free, right? We've escaped the lower octave. Either a slide or a cut, that's the highest note in the phrase there we've kind of come back to. I want to signify that we've got back to it, and a good accent there usually helps. And then finishing the phrase the same way. So those are some of the things that I like to do with this tune. Let me know what y'all think. This is one that came up a whole bunch last time I was in Ireland. It's a real common one, so hopefully be able to put some use to it at your local sessions, or if you just dig the tune, that's great too. Let me know what y'all think. I will see y'all in the next one. Cheers, guys.